Yo, what's poppin' on Offline Squad? Yo, what's poppin' on Offline Squad? This is your boy Offline Nuzlocke, and in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to EV train your Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And obviously, these EV training guides might apply to some other Pokemon games as well, because the method doesn't really change at all. It's just the location of some stuff that you need to find might change a little bit. So hopefully, you guys are excited, and let's get started. So obviously, first things first, what you're gonna need first is a Pokemon that you want to EV train. In my case, it's gonna be my shiny Iron Threads that I caught a while ago. And as you can see, it has no EVs at all. The way you do this is you open up the summary of your Pokemon when you go to the summary screen, and then go to the move slot. And here at the move slot, you're gonna press your L button on your Joy-Con, and that will show you this hexagonal shape. And what you want to see here is that it is empty, like on my screen. Now, your Pokemon might have some EVs like the Cerulege of mine. That means that it already gathered some EVs, and you might have to wipe them off before you start EV training your Pokemon. And if you want to do that, make sure you check out my video about wiping EVs. It's pretty short, so hopefully that helps out a little bit. But for EV training your Pokemon, if you're starting off with a fresh Pokemon, like a newly caught Pokemon or a newly hatched Pokemon, then we can get started right away, because there's only few things you need to do after that. Now, I'll be going ahead and showing you guys 3 methods of EV training your Pokemon, so you guys can pick and choose on your convenience. I'm gonna go in order of the most convenient to the least convenient, and obviously this is gonna depend a little bit on money. So if you guys don't have that much money, the second EV training method might be the most useful for you guys. But before we do any of that, I would recommend you guys to head into a Delibirds present and go ahead and go to General Goods. And what this does is it has the EV training items in the power items. It is in the general goods, and there are 10,000 each, but make sure you grab one of each. So if you're manually training your Pokemon, you can do it this way. And obviously, I'll show you guys how to manually EV train your Pokemon. That's going to be the second method I show. But obviously, if you are EV training, there are 6 stats in Pokemon. There's an HP stat, there's an attack stat, there's defense, special defense, special attack, and speed. So make sure you guys are appropriately EV training your Pokemon, because like if I'm EV training my Iron Threads in, let's say, special attack, that doesn't make any sense, because Iron Threads is mainly a physical attacker. So make sure you guys appropriately choose what EVs you are going for. Now, further ado, let's go to the first EV training method. And for that, you're gonna have to go to what is it called? Cascarafa. Cascarafa is the first location we need to go to, and this is the money method, right? It is the money method because you're gonna need a lot of money to EV train your Pokemon if you want to do it this way. This is the most convenient way to EV train your Pokemon if you have a lot of money in this game. So like if you have done so many Terra Raid battles, have so much things to sell, have a lot of money by doing the Ace tournament and stuff like that, this is the best method for you by far, because this is the vitamins method. The vitamins method is basically where you buy a bunch of vitamins from a shop and then just feed it to your Pokemon. So here we're gonna go to this Chansey Supply, and Chansey Supply offers a really good vitamins option. We have HP up for the HP stat, we have protein for the attack stat, we have iron for the defense stat, we have calcium for the special attack stat, we have zinc for the special defense stat, and we have carbos for the speed stat. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys, each EV vitamin gives you plus 10 EVs in that specific area. So HP is going to give you HP up is going to give you plus 10 HP EV. So make sure you guys buy the appropriate amount of items to EV train appropriately, because if you, let's say if you're going for 252 EVs in HP stat, you're gonna have to buy 26 HP ups so you can get that 252 in HP. Obviously, all the EVs cap up at 252, so even though it's 260 EVs of HP, it's only gonna take into account for that 252 HP. Now, I obviously have my my calciums and I have my iron and stuff like that. I have some of it, so I'm gonna use my iron to raise the defense stat of my iron threads because I wanted max defense. So I'm gonna use 25 defense irons. I'm gonna use 25 irons, which is gonna give me max defense on this iron threads. As you guys can see, when I use those 25 irons, the defense stat is sparkling. That means I have maxed out that particular stat, so I can't go and train for more defense EVs. That's it. That's the cap. Now that is how you do the vitamins method. And the easiest method to get the vitamins is go to Chansey Supplies and then just buy a bunch of them. But they do tend to get a lot expensive, so if money is a problem in this game, this might not be the method for you. Now, if money is actually a problem for you guys, then the second method is perfect for you guys because we're gonna manually EV train our Pokemon. Yeah, this takes about like 10 to 15 minutes of just using Pokemon to grind, but it is very, very cost efficient. You don't have to waste any money. You basically need like what, 20,000 or 30,000 dollars, Poké dollars, to just buy the items for that EV. Or you might, you know what, if you're doing this in the start of the game and you don't have that kind of money, just do it without items. It's gonna make it a little bit slower, but you can still get the EV stat. But I would definitely recommend getting the EV items because it makes it so much faster. So here in my case, I want to get the HP stat up next for my Donphan. So I'm gonna go ahead and find my power weight, which increases the HP EVs that my iron threads get. So how these item works is the power bracer is for the attack EV stat, the power belt is for defense stat for EVs, power lens is for special attack, power band is for special defense, and power anklet is for speed. Obviously, I gave the power weight to my iron threads so I can gain that HP stat. So as we look at this, I have no HP stats, right? But now you can't just go and grind on any Pokemon because the Pokemons you defeat in battle give out a specific EV in general. So let's say I fight a Lechonk. That is going to give me 1 HP EV, whereas a Yangoose is going to give me 1 attack EV. So you have to choose your Pokemon, and there's multiple sites like Cerebi or other Pokemon Wikipedia sites that tell you what EVs a certain Pokemon get. But I'm going to list the common EV Pokemon. So if you want to train the HP by defeating Pokemon, go after something like Lechonk. That gives you 1 HP EV. If you want to attack EVs, go for something like Yangoose. That gives you 1 attack EV. If you want defense, go for Tarantula, which offers you 1 defense EV. And Houndour gives you 1 special attack EV. Whereas Hoppip on the first route gives you 1 special defense EV. And Fletchling gives you 1 speed EV. And as you guys can see, these Pokemon are on the early routes, like they're very early game. So if you want to EV train early game, you certainly can do that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if you are EV training for your Pokemon journey, it's not worth it. Don't waste your time EV training that Pokemon unless you think about like using them in competitive Pokemon later on. But here I have a Lechonk that I'm gonna battle. how to properly EV train your Pokemon. Now, if you see in my HP stat, I've defeated 3 Lechonks and I'm already making progress towards that HP stat. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'll meet you guys once I'm done with them. Alright, and after defeating 28 Pokemon, I have max HP. So 28 Lechonks was able to give me max HP on my Iron Thread. So if you're doing this, try to aim for 28 knockouts, and you should have a perfect, uh, perfect stat for EVs, whatever that is. Mine was HP in this case, but you can obviously do it for any other stat with the Pokemon that I listed. Now here is the other part. This Iron Threads is still not max EVs. As you can see, this is still yellow, so we are missing 4 EVs in this case, because this is 252 in HP and 252 in defense. So the highest amount of EVs you can have on a certain Pokemon is 508. That means I have 4 more EVs left in this Iron Threads that I can put in, and I'm gonna put that with attack stat, right? And here is how I will show you guys the third EV training method to fully EV train my Iron Threads and make sure you guys get all 3 methods that I promised in the beginning of the video. So the last way to EV train is by using feathers, and obviously the feathers by their names give you what attack stat they raise. So health feather is for HP stat, muscle feather is for attack stat, resist feather is for defense stat, genius feather is for special attack stat, clever feather is for special defense stat, and swift feather is for the speed stat. So these feathers basically give you 1 EV. So it's like basically battling 1 Pokemon, and feather does the same. Now, how do you get this feather? That's a good point, because there are 3 ways that I've found to get feathers in this game. The first way to get these feathers is by using the bidding feature that this game introduced. It's the auction in Puerto Marinada, and obviously you have different shops every day in this game when you have Puerto Marinada unlocked, which will be after Kofu's gym, I believe. And there is a bunch of shops here which sell different stuff. So obviously those 2 are not auction shops, but here we have Ultra Ball. We have irons, which is other ways to get vitamins in this game, but I feel like it's probably best for you guys to buy it at Charity Supplies than actually auction it off. But the main 4 vendors right here in this aisle right here, they are the ones that sell the feathers from time to time, and you can obviously reset or fast forward the time to get these feathers. Now the other method to get feathers is by doing raid dens, which is the terror raids on the map. You can just go to any of them and they have a chance to drop feathers. So that is the second way you can get feathers in this game. And the third way, which I did not know till I was doing research for this video, is that you can get feathers at Casaroya Lake. Obviously, you are not gonna just find a bunch of feathers here, but if you see any shining object at Casaroya Lake, make sure to interact with it, because that might be a feather. Now, I feel like this is a lot of grinding for just 1 EV stat of feather, so I would personally recommend you either train on wild Pokemon or just gather feathers while you do a terror raid. But as you guys can see, I just picked up a swift feather, and now I picked up a pretty feather, so it might not be a EV raising feather most of the time. It might be some other feathers as well. So I would recommend you guys do terror raid battles whenever you want, grab some feathers from that, and obviously buy it from auctions if you can, and if not, go ahead and EV train using wild Pokemon. But to end this video off, I'm gonna use all 5 of my feathers to raise the attack stat of my iron threads, and this should show us the max. Why is it not maxed? Interesting. Oh, I need one more. I have to go to 6, and that will max it out. Obviously, I'm not gonna fight this Tatsugiri, but I guess you need 6 EV stats. I don't know why. I thought it was. Oh, is it 510? I might be wrong. Yeah, it might be 510, but only 4 matters. So that really doesn't matter because 4 is how the Pokemon stats increment in raising the stats. So like, let's say I have an Iron Threads who has 252 and HP and 252 in defense. And then 4 in attack. The other 2 EVs don't really matter, just because it's 2 EVs and only 4 EVs give you 1 point of stat boost. So that is a thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and hold this power bracer and finish training up my Iron Threads. Alright, and here we have it. This is what tells you that your Pokemon is fully EV trained. Look at that blue on the Pokemon graph, EV graph. That basically is what indicates that your Pokemon is fully EV trained. So my Iron Threads right here is fully EV trained in HP, defense, and I have some attack, so it's not that bad in attacking. So this is how you EV train your Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. If it is, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Offline Squad.